Human rights are the fundamental freedoms and protections that belong to every single one of us, regardless of race, religion, and beliefs. Rights are about being treated and treating others fairly and ensuring everyone can make choices about their own lives. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people today who do not have the basic rights. This presentation revolves around the pressing issue of female rights in Afghanistan. Afghanistan is a male-controlled society with extremely conservative views on the involvement of women in the society. The years of conflict in Afghanistan have significantly contributed to the lack of progress in the promotion of female rights to participate in the society as equal to their male counterparts. The United States invaded Afghanistan in 2002, exactly after the terrorist attack in New York, with the primary aim of destroying Al-Qaeda terror cells. This turned out to be a very long drawn-out mission which required a shift in strategy on multiple fronts. This shift in strategy entailed a focus on nation building and promotion of human rights, more specifically, female rights. During this period, many young Afghan girls found liberty and access to education as well as work. The promotion of female rights was successful in most large urban areas, but this made little to no change in the countryside areas, as they were mainly controlled by the Taliban and the government had no influence or power to implement social progression policies. After the fall of Kabul in August of 2021, the Taliban took over the governance of this country and implemented their draconian philosophies around a women's role in society again. My research question aimed to identify female education and women's rights issue in Afghanistan under the Taliban rule and their draconian policies that prevent millions of women and girls from enjoying a safe, free, and fulfilling life. The research also intended to illustrate how one right violation can have an adverse effect on another. I have used a qualitative investigation method on how women in Afghanistan have been affected by the changes since the Taliban took over the country for the second time, using a feminist institutionalist perspective. To complete this assignment, I reviewed many journals, articles, news clips, as well as United Nations charters on human rights. Today my argument is that since the Taliban's takeover, the lives of many women and girls in Afghanistan have changed beyond recognition. They are being prevented from going to school, working, leaving their homes, or dressing as they choose. They have been left with no system of support or redress after fleeing violence and randomly arrested and detained for infractions of the Taliban's discriminatory rules and faced an increased risk of being forced into marriages to which they did not consent. Afghan women are angry at the international community's inaction and silence in the face of Taliban's treatment of women and girls in Afghanistan. During the research, I could not help but put myself in their shoes, which not only made me feel terrible but also helpless. But there is an opportunity for international community to take serious steps in preventing the Taliban from eroding women's rights further.